Hello, everyone. Welcome back, guys. So, this is going to be a reading for women. Men, you are welcome, but this is going to be specifically for women. And this is a reading for women who are looking within themselves for their happiness, for their fulfillment, and that are not looking external to them, to external factors such as relationships, their job, hobbies, etc., etc. What is it that you are looking for within? What are you trying to heal within? And where is that sense of motivation coming from within, that you're looking for to help you progress in your life, right? Because there's a lot of tarot readings that are out there that are just about love. It's about the other person. Oh, this person hurt you, so you get to do this, or this person hurt you, or you know what I mean? It's always about the other person. It's always about finding love and finally having happily ever after. But the truth of the matter is that when you're happy within yourself, when there's a sense of joy within yourself and a sense of accomplishment that you feel for yourself, that's when everything starts to connect to you. And it sounds so corny, right? It sounds so corny. When I used to listen to that, I was like, you guys are crazy. I need to fall in love. I need a man. I need a man. But the truth of the matter is, I haven't felt this amount of joy since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, before I started thinking about even wanting a boyfriend or needing a boyfriend or needing best friends and this, that, and another. Like, I'm single. Been single for quite a while. Been celibate as well. And I feel good. And even through disappointment, like if you just watched my last video, I'm very disappointed about something that just happened, but I still feel this sense of joy and accomplishment because I've worked my ass off. You know what I mean? I've worked my butt off to get to where I'm at. And I'm proud of myself. And though there are delays and though I have to, though I'm not seeing the results, right, of everything that I've cultivated thus far, I'm not seeing immediate results. Doesn't mean that the results aren't coming. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to see the success of the fruit of my labors. It just means that I just gotta hang on tighter, and that means I just need to keep focused, keep my eye on the ball, okay? And that could be a message for you where you know, you have a sense of disappointment, or you feel like there's a sense of delay, or you feel like you're not accomplishing, what you should be accomplishing in life, okay? And the truth of the matter is you're exactly where you're supposed to be, okay? When you think in your mind like, oh my gosh, I should be here, 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 and here, it seems so far away because you're meant to be where you are, and where you're meant to be may take you on a completely different route than what you perceive your route to be, okay? And so it's like, of course, everything that you're doing here in the present is going to take you where you're supposed to go, in the direction that you're supposed to go, okay? It's all about now and all about the past. I mean, it took so long for me to let that click. Like, if I would have really honed in on that 5 years ago, hey, the 5 years ago me, if I was sitting there, which is what, 26-year-old me was sitting there, was just like, hey, do this. If you do this and you stay consistent with it, when you're this age and sitting here, you probably wouldn't be sitting here. You'd probably be doing this or doing that. But I understand now. So when I get 5 years from now to the 36-year-old me, I'm going to say, wow, I did such, such, and such, which is why I'm here. Okay? All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Self-knowledge. Dive into your depths where your truth resides. Oh, the depth of who you are. The depth of who you are. Who is that quirky? There's so many layers to our personality and to the person that we are. It's insane. It's insane. And we're simplified to this like womanhood as a such of being like a mother, being a parent. Like it's so simplified. It's like, oh, you're nurturing. Yeah, you're nurturing. You know how to be a good mom. You know how to be a good parent. But there's so many layers to each of us as an individual. Like me, I've learned that I am very silly, right? I like to have a good time. I like to be funny. Now you may not think I'm funny, but I like to have a good time. I like to have a good laugh, right? I have high energy. I'm a very loud person, right? If you meet me and you get to know me, I am loud. I try not to be, but I am. I see my kids yelling, having loud conversations. I'm like, girl, use your inside voice. And I think I don't even use my own. I have like this crazy ha 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 laugh that's super loud. But I also like to go on hikes. Like I like to go camping. I like to go on I only did it once, but canoeing, I've done that and I really enjoyed it. I like to play board games. I love to learn new information. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly. I need to read more. I did that more when I was younger, but I like to read. I love to write. But there's so many layers to me. I'm like an organized, chaotic mess. Which is why I love astrology, because I know people can't, there's like a hot and cold energy with people when it comes to astrology, but I appreciate astrology because it allowed me to like get kind of specific with parts of me who I am, instead of having like this broad spectrum of like, oh, I'm this and I'm this. It's like, oh, you can learn like, okay, I'm a Capricorn. Okay, and of my Capricorn, I can have very obsessive tendencies. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say I like a cookie, very random. I like a cookie. Well, guess what? I'm going to eat that cookie for weeks at a time. I probably will eat that one cookie, buy that same cookie every day, every week for a month until I get tired of it. That's my obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with TV shows. If I watch a TV show that I really like, I'll watch it over and over and over again for weeks, months at a time before I find something else. Same as writing, reading a book, things of that sort. I crave structure, right? As chaotic as I am sometimes, things don't work out for me simply because I crave structure, because I need my house to be clean, because I need to be organized, okay? Very practical energy, but I'm just saying, like, again, layers. But yeah, it says dive into your depths where your truth resides, and we're gonna use ChatGPT, because ChatGPT does it, so we can just get an even more in-depth understanding. Okay. All right. So let's see what ChatGPT says. We love ChatGPT because, listen. Okay. So to dive into your depths where your truth reside is a metaphor, of course, for self-exploration, an intentional turning inward to confront the core of who you are beneath the surface roles, habits, fears, and social conditioning. It suggests going beyond the superficial layers of thought and identity to uncover what is most real, raw, and honest within yourselves. Yes, because we get so caught up in the superficial, where, oh, you have a great job, right? If you identify yourself as a woman, like when we identify ourselves, we say our name, and then we say, oh yeah, I work for such and such, right? Or I'm a mother, or I do this hobby, but it doesn't uncover the depth of who we are. So, facing the uncomfortable. The depths often hold things we've buried: pain, trauma, insecurities, or long silenced desires. Diving in means being willing to face these without distraction or denial. Connecting with authenticity. Your truths are the core beliefs, values, emotions, and needs that define your authentic self. When you stop pretending or performing, these truths emerge. Okay? Silence and reflection. Depth is isn't reached through noise or speed. It often requires stillness through meditation, journaling, solitude, or therapy to hear the quiet signals from within. Which is, like, I also want to say is why I'm okay with not having too many friends. Why? Because I understand that I am the one living my life. And if I'm the one that's living my life and I'm constantly hearing, oh, this person's telling me this, or this person's saying that this is a good diet, it's absolutely great for you to take, listen to different perspectives of people. But when you take the perspectives of other people and then you live your life through their perspective, through their subjectivity, then that's when the guilt steps in. That's when that fear of failing, because you fear of not living up to what other people see you to be. Okay. But when you are living through what you want and living through what is true to you, you don't, maybe you feel bad, right? Maybe there's a part of you that feels bad, but not long, right? Because you realize, oh, this is my process, this is my journey. And if this not, if this isn't working out for me, if this isn't in alignment with me, then I have the power to change course. I have the power to change me to change course. You see what I'm saying? Like, it says, letting go of illusions. To reach your truth, you often have to let go of what you thought was true about yourself, others, or the world. It can feel like shedding an identity. Yeah, it's like that programming from the world where you've been programmed by family, by friends, teachers, coaches, everyone. You've been programmed by society to like be this person, perform in this particular way. And then when you start shedding, you start bleeding off all that crap. Like, I almost feel like it's like, I want to say it's crap, but I'm just going to say it's like buildup. It's like a buildup of all these people's judgments and ideas about who you are. And then you shed into this, like, you morph into this beautiful butterfly that is true to you. And then we have courage and honesty. Diving deep takes courage, because what you may find may change everything, your relationships, your direction, or your self-image. But that honesty is the path to clarity and inner peace. I want to tell you guys one thing. So I believe I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. But always throughout, as I was growing up, people said that I was beautiful, very attractive and whatnot. And it was just assumed by people that I would just go off to sell my body, to make money, to support myself, whatever the case may be. And I could have went with what society assumed me to be. Oh, she looks good. She's got a beautiful body. Why doesn't she just go and use that OnlyFans and whatnot? I had somebody tell me to do OnlyFans or go strip at the strip club. And had I listened to those people, I would have felt a sense of like, I don't know, like a grief for who I truly am, because there's like, that's just not the person that I am. And there were times, not as much now, but there were times where I just thought, man, I'm like super beautiful. Why am I wasting my life away just trying to be conservative and trying to be this good person, when society is saying, hey, you look great, just go and, do what it is, go show yourself. And it's like, no, that's not that's not the type of person that I want to be seen as, and that's not the type of person that I believe that I am. I am kind of a pretty conservative individual. Like, I mean, I was young once, you know what I'm saying? I showed a little bit of skin. I was, I had fun. But as I've gotten older, and now that I have 2 girls of myself, like I have 2 kids, it's just like, I don't want to expose myself in that way. And I wouldn't want them to see me exposed in that way. And so I live very different than what some people would perceive me to live and whatnot. But let's keep going, because this is interesting. Free yourself from secrets. Discover the hidden treasure of your heritage. Ooh. Okay, so this could talk about your legacy. This could talk about your ancestors. Okay, healing family lines. Number 30 is significant here for someone. Free yourself from secrets. Wow. That's deep. Excuse me, that's deep. A lot of us are absolutely breaking free from like generational curses. I don't care what anyone says. That is absolutely real. Because a generational curse, in my opinion, is a set of principles and ideals and like actions that have been taking over centuries, years and years and years, decades and decades, whatever you want to call it, over time, that has kind of just ingrained itself in the culture within our family. And a lot of it's very toxic and unhealthy. And when you reveal those secrets, when you are truthful with yourself about what you're seeing and what you have experienced, man, you kind of like cut the cloth in a way. You cut the line between you and your past in a way, because you don't feel the need. Like, let's talk about family when it comes to I don't know if you could say the words on here with YouTube, but when it comes to abuse, let's say that. When it comes to like abuse, in that of any form, sexual, emotional, financial, physical, when it comes to that, when it comes to your family, you know, a lot of people try to brush that under the rug. They try to not to have those conversations out loud. Out of embarrassment, out of pain, grief, whatever the case may be. And so you live around these people, you're still connected to them, and no one speaks the truth of what's going on. But when you are truthful with yourself, and you're honest with yourself, and you truly learn to love yourself, and you're going through the healing process, you start almost like spitting out. Like, it's almost like it just starts to come out, because it needs a place to be freed from you. Like, you need to be able to free it from yourself. And so you start saying, and you start talking about things, and you start releasing that. And that energy goes against the pushback. Like, it goes against what you've come out of. Like, your family keeps it quiet and keeps it secret, and here you are speaking about it. Okay. So what else do we have here? Oh, let me take this here. That's cool. The infinity sign is here. I got the infinity here. Fire. Okay. Number 10 could be significant here. Okay. So fire in this deck, the empathic oracle, is supposed to be used as a tool. Okay. And we'll get into that. Let's see. So fire as a tool to an empath is the element of transmutation. It brings back to the beginning of all material matter to its basic element. Okay. Using the fuel of passion to burn away the weeds of the past, we can soon begin to discover that which is waiting to be created. A collection of elements and energies burnt back to their purest form will own with our own intention of creating from a place of illuminating light instead of stifling acrid smoke. Okay. Do I believe in my passions, or am I stifled thinking I have no energetic fuel? Find your fuel. It is there. It is waiting to be lit. You also have future. Wow. Future. So this is a dead giveaway that, you know, in the future, you will have a sense of fuel. You will have a sense of of motivation and even inspiration to do something that is creative, that kind of lights a fire under your butt. This talks about the internal. So the future, what do you think about the future? Let's see. Okay. In the future, I will become what I was meant to be. What are we talking about right now? There are many different teachings about how our future unfolds. Some believe that it happens by random chance. Some believe that it is a slave to the good and bad choices we have made. And others practice conscious projection of thought. So what they desire can be manifested. Each of these beliefs embodies some truth as well as limitations. How many times has your future been judged as less bright as you look at the time and energy invested and then become disappointed in what you were given in return? Or worse yet, the belief that you will be a victim forever and nothing will ever change as you experience endless cycles of negativity. As an empath, your gift of the future is realized in your ability to feel and experience energetic choice and belief. You soon discover that every moment has been teaching you all of aspects of energy, how it is controlled by your intentions, and that it has been preparing you for your future. The lessons of life begin to seem less challenging when you realize that they are teaching you the gift that you are. Changes begin to come from a place of need to experience all that is loving and positive, and curiosity soon lessens the bounds of energetic baggage and even the experience that all that I need is present before me. Can begin to take hold. Trust and intuition soon become the guide that leads you into the gift of your future and the gift you are to its unfolding. Am I allowing myself to be present to my future as it unfolds? You guys. What is this saying? Okay. Excuse me. Basically what it's saying and what we were talking about, as in what you're doing in the present moment is feeding your future. What I'm doing in the present moment, let's give an example of like my tarot channel. I have been posting. I made a pact at the beginning of the year. I said I would post a video every single day. Every single day I would post a video. I don't care how I was feeling, what was going on, I would post a video. There have been 2-3 occasions where I'm completely exhausted or I haven't been able to post a video, but I had made prior recordings and I would post the video. I have made that dedication to that, and my platform has grown almost 100 subscribers since the beginning of the year because I stayed consistent. And those actions that I took at the beginning, those intentions that I laid, those choices that I made have impacted my present in the most positive way. Now, I could have been in the past and, super focused on being in a relationship. So I'm going out and dating and said, I don't want to pay attention to tarot. I don't want to make these videos. And I wouldn't have did that. And I would have been focused on in a relationship. And then I could have been heartbroken right now. You know what I mean? Not doing this video, kind of just laying down on the couch, well, probably at work, working and being sad and depressed because I broke up with somebody or someone broke up with me, whatever the case may be. The actions that you take in the past are affecting your present, and the actions that you're taking in the present will affect your future, which then will be your past. You guys. And then it says Stardust, number 41. Another internal. So again, this energy is coming out. You have one card of the tool and then one card of it, 2 cards of internal, which is going back to that energy of, focusing on the internal, focusing on what you can control, right? And not focusing on anything that's external to you. So it says Stardust. As I look to the night sky, I know within that my soul is as ancient as the lights that shine through the darkness of night. It's a sobering thought to realize that throughout history, every human has gazed at one point to the stars in the sky. Each set of eyes pondered the reasoning behind their existence, what brought them to be, and whether there were more to this journey we call life. As an empath, you experience all things as energy, thought, emotion, pain, nature, and the elements all present themselves as an energetic dichotomy, looking for space within. This isn't an easy existence. How did I get that wrong? But I could say dichotomy. And soon makes you question why. As empaths, know that someplace deep within, you have a remembrance that we all come from light. This light within your soul has been earned through hard-learned truths of experience. You have learned the difference between that which is love and that which pretends. It is in this knowing that we all come from the same light that you can find yourself wishing that others would also remember this truth. Next time someone seems lost, or if you sense a spark in their eyes of curiosity, take them out into the night sky and together gaze and be humbled. They may just remember. Okay, do I question my existence and see my empathic gift as a curse? So I almost feel like this is metaphoric in a way where, you're not always going to be able to take somebody out to the night sky and just look up at the stars and say, oh my gosh, beautiful. But it's an energy of when you get the chance to go beyond surface level, you know what I'm saying? How you see everyone every day. You're just like, hey, good morning, hello. It's always the surface level like delivery that we give when we see people. And not this undertone of like the undertone, it feels superficial because we're asking a question or we're saying hello, but we're not expecting anything underneath that. We're not expecting to receive anything in return of that that exceeds the hello. But the one thing that I have noticed and I have come to realize, and maybe I've just become much more aware, or even care more, I guess, is that people are going through so many things that you have no idea about. And so that hello that you give to somebody may very well be nice. It's something that they needed, but do you need a hug? Is there something deeper going on? I know it's really hard for us nowadays to like tell our business and like be vulnerable in a way. But when you leave space for people to express themselves or leave space for people to open up to you in a way that goes beyond the hello and bye conversations, you really get to see how people are. There's some people out there that are really searching for their why, and they just don't know how to go about it, or they're afraid to have those conversations because a lot of people are afraid to be, go that deep. Okay, what do I want to? So I'm gonna get some tarot, and then we'll pull the healing energy oracle. Okay. So what is something that you can address right here and right now? What is something that you can address within yourself? Okay. That will help you see yourself better. That will kind of unlock some things within you. What is it that you can address within yourself right now? Right here, right now, collective. My cards smell like syrup. I don't know why, but they do. Ace of Wands and the Chariot. Where do you want to go? Three of Swords and the Page of Cups. So I'm getting that you had some dreams when you were a kid. You had some dreams. You had some ideas. You were like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to, you know what I mean? You had some dreams. You had some goals, and life hit you. Life let you know that everything isn't always cupcakes and rainbows and sugar plums and whatnot, and heartbreak, disappointment from people, disappointment from experiences, really hit you. And I feel like a lot of you, it hit you at an early age. The Page of Cups is a child. A lot of you guys were broken almost at a very, very young age. And it could have, I'll be so nosy. It could have, I want to say, stunted your growth in a way, which a lot of times they do say that, trauma and abuse and all that you face at a young age really stagnates your growth. So that could be the case for some of you guys, but it also could be that it made you question what you really wanted, or it made you stop wanting to pursue things that your heart truly desired. And the because this is the most honest of you, the Page of Cups. I feel like this is the most honest of a child, where their heart, they're so open, they're so dreamy, and they're so there's just an openness in their excitement, and there's just a youthfulness about what there is when it comes to life. You're not thinking about deadlines. You're not thinking about times. You're not thinking about schedules or, seriousness of that sort. You're just thinking like, I want to be happy and I want to do what makes me happy, and I'm going to dream and daydream, night dream, all of that. But the Three of Swords is like heartbreak. It's heartbreak. And it makes you question yourself, or it makes you hold back from doing what you really want to do. And I feel like with this Ace of Wands and this fire energy, there's a flame that's being lit. There is a brand new beginning that you're getting that is letting you know that, hey, it's okay, right? It's okay. You have fire. You know what's so interesting? How do I want to word this? Because I'm not going to do it because it's making me think too hard. And when I think too hard, then I just stop, okay? But I just feel like this energy is, again, there's a fire that's lit underneath you that is motivating you, that is, there's a desire here. There's a craving that you have to do something that's exciting, do something that's out of the ordinary, do something that's fun. And it's not just about love, and it's not just about, right? It has to do with you. I feel like it's not in connection to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is with this Chariot, it takes you so far. Some of you guys, this has to do with travel. You have a desire to travel. Go do it. Go do it. Stop thinking about the restrictions. Stop thinking about how it's not going to work, how it's not going to happen. You want to go to this particular place. Go there. Because it's very possible that when you get to this particular place, you're going to be met with a part of you that maybe you felt was missing. And it's in this location, wherever it is that you're taking yourself, that you feel this sense of, I don't know, but you feel this sense of like happiness, as vague as that is. Anything else here? Some of you guys could be a fire sign for sure, or a Cancer, maybe a Pisces. What else here? Three of Swords wanted to come out again. This energy is going to creep up. Yep. You're going to say, this is what I want. This is where I want to go. This is what I want. You're going to say that, and the Three of Swords, that sadness, that pain, is going to creep back up. It's going to try to remind you that you don't deserve it. And it's not true. It's not true. It's an illusion that has been created based off of pain, based off of heartbreak. What about the Three of Cups? What about the Three of Cups? That's a lot of pentacles. I know I'm not like the ideal person for readings like this. I'm trying to get better. It's so weird because when I do readings like this, if I write it down, I my thoughts are so expansive. My words are so expansive. I could write so much in regard to this energy. But when I'm talking about it, I think it's really hard for my thoughts to process. And it's like I have to pick one. Even when you're writing, you can, if a thought creeps in, you can just write it down and say, okay, I'll figure out how to incorporate that in. So you get the most out of what you're thinking. And for me, when I'm talking and trying to explain something, I can only focus on particular thoughts. I don't know if you can resonate with that, but writing is a great gateway for me. Okay. Three of Cups is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like, how do I want to say? I think this is trying to remind you that you're the Queen of Pentacles. Babe, you're the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of you guys are mothers. Some of you guys are spouses. You pay your own bills, you make your own money, you handle your responsibilities, and you handle them well. Okay? You are a very safe, practical, reserved individual, especially when it comes to finances. Especially. It's hard for you to let some things go. Let's just be honest. It's kind of hard for you store things. When things happen to you, you experience certain things that you don't like, you do like, you store them. Like, you compartmentalize some things in your life. Four of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like, is an energy of you needing to weigh your options. You're a very practical individual, and you need to lean into that, because you make very good decisions for yourself. And you've dealt with some people, Three of Cups here, that were untrustworthy, that did not end up long term, that, look at that, 3 Cups, 3 Swords. You've been disappointed by at least 3 people. Disappointed by these people and hurt, betrayed. But I want to say that you have discernment. You've had the experience, but you also just have this innate discernment and practical energy about yourself, where you have to weigh your options when you connect with people, right? Don't completely shut yourself off from people, but really ask yourself, does this person make me feel uneasy when I'm around them? Do they make me nervous? Do they make me uncomfortable? Pay attention to them. Be practical about it. I mean, does this make sense? I want to hang out with this person. Okay. Does it make sense to hang out with this person at all? If you're never going to call them again? Maybe not. Maybe not. I had a person who reached out to me when I was dropping my kid off. She reached out. She wanted to hang out. She wanted to plan the date, hangout date for the kids. And I was like, sure. We exchanged numbers. I responded to her. It was like, we confirmed a time, whatever. And I was trying to wait for the final confirmation or something like that. And she never responded. She waited like a day to finally respond to me. And I was like, I'm not going to break past those walls. Obviously, whatever was happening. There was no apology of like, oh, I'm sorry, I was doing this. You know what I'm saying? A day. I mean, a couple hours, okay. But a whole day. I was like, okay, well, no biggie. We just don't need to hang out. I mean, and I thought about it, like, let's just hang out once. Let me see how it is. And it's just like, I don't even want to see how it is. Why even? It's not practical. It doesn't make sense. Why even spend time with that one time? Put myself in that space when I already can see that this person is, one, either inconsistent, inconsiderate, you know what I'm saying? And they don't really care. And it's like, I don't know. You just have to be pretty practical. Think about the practicality of it. Let's see what's coming in for the collective. What's coming in? What can they be prepared for? What can they be prepared for? What's coming in for the collective? Knight of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, some money. Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. We like that. We like that. Knight of Cups is coming in. So here I'm getting two situations where you have a Knight of Cups person that's coming in that wants to date you, take you out, whatever the case may be. You're going to be like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And you're not interested because people have said a lot of things, but they didn't carry out. You want this person to come forward with some results. Okay? I don't want to talk on the phone with you. Hey, how you doing? What you got going on? Yeah, no, I want you to call me and say, do you have a planned set date? Oh, I plan for us to go to this place at this time on this day. Just be ready, or, meet me at this place, such and such. Practical, real potential. I don't need you to call me and try to charm me into whatever it is that you're trying to charm me into. I don't want the charm. I don't want the fun. I don't want the games playing. I don't want any of that. Where are the results? Where's the real confirmation? Where's the serious action that you're taking? That's kind of what I see here for you. Like, you want to be seeing a specific result here with the Ace of Pentacles. It is coming in. I mean, it's here. So I feel like you're going to have to, that's the message. You're going to have to not ignore, but you're going to have to dismiss someone's first initial offer. Someone's first initial offer isn't backed by any real action or intention. It's just someone trying to test the air to see where you're at. You don't want somebody to do that. You want somebody to say, okay, I like you. I want to do this with you. Let's go here. Let's go do that. So on and so forth. Let's close this message out with our beautiful healing energy oracle, which I love because they're gorgeous. Okay, healing energy oracle. What is a closing message here? Closing message. In God's hands. Look how beautiful this card is. It says, in God's hands, my trust in life is implicit. My God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. Can we just talk about how my last video was me talking about delays and how the delays are meant to happen because God is preparing something better, or God is wanting you to take a step back. It's like you want something right now, but God is saying in due time. In due time. Everything unfolds according to God's will. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. You guys, I gotta go. Gotta go. But this was wonderful. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to your girl's channel. If you like this content, okay? If you like the content that I put out. Anyways, I'll be seeing you guys. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you guys later. Bye.